Good morning, all. Uh, in today's session, I am Dr. Sudipta Majumdar from the School of Business and Economics, Adams University. In today's session, we will be discussing about the foundation of digital marketing. As we all know, for success of any organization, marketing function can be called as the driver. Just like without a driver, a car cannot run, the same way, any organization cannot run without the successful functioning of the marketing function. And thanks to the digitalization, we are in the age of digital transformation, wherein there is a lot of digital interventions as a part of all the business processes. And marketing is not at all an exception to that. So nowadays, we consider marketing not only in the traditional modes, but with the help of various digital tools, we try to reach the consumers. So we will be discussing the various insights and the background of the digital marketing in today's lecture and session. So as we know that marketing is a very, very important part, as I have said. I will just give you some insights data from a research which was being done by Google. It's around 4 years old data. But why am I sharing this? Is that this will help us to understand the relevance and the growing importance of marketing, and to be specific, digital marketing. So the research says that 90% proportion of car buyers are searching online for their purchase as per the data of 2018, which is approximately 75% more than that of 2016. So this shows that when the data of 2016 was 74%, was something, and a growth of 74% have happened within a span of only 2 years. So this shows the performance as well as the growth in the domain of digital marketing. When I was talking about Google, it's, as we all know, it's one of the most popular search engines. Nowadays, when we try to buy any product, it can be a very low price product, and it can be a very luxury or desired item such as a high priced car or something. We definitely at least once search about that product in the search engines. And more so, as an Indian, Google is the most popular search engine in today's aspect. So we use Google as a tool. And if that organization anyhow is not present in that moment in the Google, what may be the reason for that? We try to create a doubt on the integrity of the organization. Maybe the organization is very, very good, but since it is not digitally present, maybe we think that the organization is not doing a good job, the organization is having not a proper background, or maybe we doubt the overall integrity of the organization. So it is more or less, we may say, that compulsory to have your web presence so that you can do business. Maybe consumers will not buy products from your web presence, but they will at least search once about you. The consumers may visit your stores in a physical mode, but they will search about you in the websites, in the online digital tools. So the next data, whatever we can see, 67% of the new car buyers research all the information within a span of just 2 months from the start to final purchase. And I'm giving an example of car because car is being considered as one of the most desired products in any consumer driven market. So for that also, we can see, thanks to the information availability, which was not present earlier in the non-digital domain where digitalization had not happened so much, the consumers had a limitation that they need to go to some hard copy magazines or newspapers or television ads or radio ads, which were not driven by the consumer, but which was driven more by the organization itself. As a result of which, the organization used to dictate the consumers, but not now. The organization is not dictating. As a consumer, as per my convenience, 24 into 7 into 365, we can access information about the organization. So this data shows that within 2 months, only 2 months, buying a car, we are taking all the decisions. So it proves earlier, since as consumers we were not having access to all the information, it was taking us long time. And you can see the third data, which shows 20% of the buyers decide within 2 weeks only. So 67% within 2 months, and 20% out of them consider buying a product, which brand, which is the price range, and other things, considering all the other factors and features within only 2 weeks. We can see about video streaming, because nowadays video and online video is a very important factor, that 80% of the usage of online video in the buying decision in 2018, which is up 43% than 2016. So car buying as well as online video gaming apps, their popularity, we are seeing a huge growth. We are seeing a 7% instances of buyers switching brands in 2018, down from 11% in 2016. This data correspondingly shows that since we have access to information, sometimes since we were not having proper information about the organization of the brand, we were thinking, oh, we are not getting the right product, so maybe the organization is not performing well. But since we are now having the right access to the information as per our requirement and our choice, so we are taking a quick decision. We are also relying on the organization. 60% of the buyers searched about various dealership online. 37% of users look for promotional offers. I will talk about them a bit later on also in details. And 41% of the users looked for various after sales and maintenance programs. All these data ultimately showed the point from which I have started, that digitalization and digitization is growing, as a result of which there's a huge scope for digital in everything. In a very simple sense, we talks about digital transformation of business. So the business, how they are being done earlier, the same way they are not being done now. There is a huge transformation which had taken place in the way businesses used to happen, right from the point of reaching their consumers and getting the right products and delivering the right products, and also giving them the after sales service. So this is a very important parameter and factor which actually needs to be considered while giving your organization a huge presence in the digital and online domain. So progressing further, we may see the various fundamental aspects of digital marketing. So we may see that what is digital marketing. I'm giving you some insights, although we can get multiple types of definitions from today. The promotion of brands through the various forms of electronic media. So when we say electronic media, it may be even a television, it may be a social media advertisement using the various social media handles such as Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, etc. It is the way of promoting the organization using their website in the various search engines such as Google, Bing, Rediff, Yahoo, etc. But you are anyhow using an aspect of electronic media to actually promote your products or the brands. Once you're doing that, these forms could be what? They can be website, the blogs, the various social media handles, as I have spoken, the various search advertisements and banner advertisements, what we see when we search about a product in the digital modes. And more so, we are living in the age of smartphones and mobiles. So when we are supposed to buy any product, we preferably go through a process through a mobile phone rather than a laptop or a desktop. We may search and access information using a laptop or a desktop, but we may prefer buying any goods using any e-commerce portal using a mobile because that is more accessible. I can pay using the UPI modes or the plastic money such as credit and debit cards easily using my mobile. I can access the information and decide on buying any product while at 11:30 in the night, maybe while traveling. I don't need to sit on a laptop or a desktop to go for taking a decision of buying as well as buying the product. So this proves that the digital marketing nowadays is more having its presence through the mobile marketing. So although desktop laptops are a very important and integral part of our life for doing professional work, but for the marketing aspect, when organizations are trying to promote themselves towards their prospects, then they need to keep in mind the aspect of the mobile. And they need to create responsive websites. In a very simple sense, a responsive website is a website which responds as per the device in which you're opening the website. So when you're opening a website in a desktop, a different interface should be coming. When you're opening a website in a laptop, a different interface definitely will come. And when likewise you're opening a website in a mobile, a different interface will come to adjust the sizes. The pictures will be of less clarity so that the size of the images will be less, as a result of which the website will not take much time to get open. Because when a website gets much time to get open, then the problem which may arise is they will lead to the aspect of a consumer or a prospect dissatisfaction. The consumer or the prospect will think, oh, this website is taking a lot of time to get opened. So I may skip it. I may go to some other website in the same product category. So you need to keep in mind that's the aspect of responsive website. So as the modern marketing guru, as well as the father of modern day marketing, Professor Philip Kotler, says that digital marketing is a form of direct marketing which links news groups, mobile communications, etc. So it's also about promoting a brand or a product, not only using the social media or website or blogs, whatever we have discussed a bit earlier, but it's also using news portals, which we may see. It's also promoting your organization in whatever mode through which you can reach. So likewise, the organization needs to target to provide information to their prospects at each and every moment. They should not lose an opportunity to provide an information to their prospects. They should take care of every opportunity they are getting to send information to their prospects. That's a very important part. As a result of which, the consumers are accessing the information at all the time. So if you being organization is not providing an access to your organization's information, maybe your competitor will be in a position to provide information to them, as a result of which you will be losing that opportunity to have a prospect converted to your consumer. So that proves a concept of omnipresence. You are present everywhere. You are present in whatever a consumer may think about you. You should be present in whatever mode. And that's about the partnership marketing in the digital domain. The search engines are being partnered with the social media handles. The social media handles are being partnered with the various other news portals. So they are all partners. So whenever you are searching about a product in one of these websites or search engines or social media, you are getting the information about them in the other modes. I will talk about that in a bit of practical sense a bit later on, once we understand the basic fundamental concepts. So that's about the success, and that's about the omnipresence nature of digital marketing. So if we proceed further, we may see that this talks from the organization perspective. The earlier data was showing us the importance. Now you see how much there is a growth in the spending of digital marketing and the mobile internet investment from the organization perspective. These are the figures which have been given in US billion dollars. So in 2013, if the investment total in the media, digital, mobile internet, and so many electronic and digital modes, if the total investment was 5.56, we can find that it is only 0.57 is traditional. As you can find out here, the indicators are being mentioned. Digital ad spending was 0.57 and mobile internet ad spending was 0.03. It's a very, very negligible thing. But once we processed and progressed rather through the various years, and we are coming into 2017, 2018, 2019, we can see a huge growth and a balance between these two. We are also seeing that when we are checking on the information with respect to the various total spending of 5.56 is only 0.57 in the digital ad spending, and out of which 0.03 very negligible in mobile. But in 2018 and 2019, out of 8.53 US billion dollars on the digital ad spending, 2.17 is on digital ad spending and 1.23 on the mobile ad spending. So 8.53 is the total media ad spending using the various traditional modes such as billboards, hoardings, newspaper advertisements, etc. But there's a huge growth. From 0.57 in 2013, it had grown to 2.17 in 2019. So there's a huge growth which we are seeing, which ultimately mentions about the factor of the popularity and the acceptability of the digital, as well as, to be specific, the mobile internet domain. The number of internet users. So when you want to promote your product using the internet, one very important basic infrastructure is needed, which is the people should have access to internet. Otherwise, whatever I have talked about since last few minutes, they are not at all relevant for any organization. If internet is present, if the consumers in the interiors of the rural areas, villages, etc., have access to internet, then only these types of things may happen. And we have seen in the last around a decade, there's a huge growth in the penetration of not only internet, but also in the smartphone and mobile phones. Laptop and desktop is not at all affordable for everyone to buy, but it is affordable to buy a phone, more so a smartphone today's age, which are coming at a very, very less price also. And people are buying the second hand, third hand, fourth hand mobile smartphones, and some unbranded smartphone also in the rural market specifically, which actually is helping them that they are having a data pack or an internet connection from the various ISPs, internet service providers, and they are also paying, they're taking less money. So internet ultimately is penetrating. Since internet is penetrating, people is having the various types of mobile devices, to be specific, the smartphones. So it is a win-win situation for the overall market. When we talk about the marketing environment, the organizers now can spend huge investment on the digital ad spending, to be specific, on the mobile as well as the non-mobile aspects also, because people have access to that. So the number of internet users in India is around 500 million. So this proves the results. There's a huge growth. This is data as per the data from TRAI of 2020. 2020. So it is around 2024. So around 3 years data have increased. The growth percentage in a year is around by 15 to 18%. So you can see how much it is progressing and it is growing. So when I've talked about all these aspects, let us now talk about a bit of theory in a way of understanding the various characteristics of digital marketing, the features of digital marketing. So when we talk about the various features of digital marketing, it is not a one-way communication, but it is a two-way communication. The consumers and rather the prospects and the organization responds. You are interested, you fill your information in an inquiry form, and once you are filling this information in an inquiry form, the consumers get an access to your information and they are giving you a call back. Or maybe they are sending you a WhatsApp message. They are sending you an email or SMS. So it's a two-way. You're providing some interest, the organization is responding back to you. Again, you are providing some interest, the organization is again responding back to you. So it's a interactive communication two-way, which was missing in the various traditional modes. The targeting, as we know in marketing, we talk about the segmentation, targeting, and positioning. You're trying to target specific groups for promoting your specific products. So you can target well using the various demographic segmentations, age group, location based, gender based, income based, their interest, the psychographic segmentation, the behavior, etc. It's easy to do all these things nowadays because thanks to the various digital technologies, they are being done in an automated way. Just to give you a simple example, earlier days, we used to have the aspect of caller tune and hello tunes, wherein when we talk about the caller tunes and the hello tunes, the type of songs which the ISPs or the internet service providers used to promote to the various persons are dependent on the age group. Maybe if they are sending a message or ringing a song to them to make them convinced about subscribing to a caller tune or a hello tune, to a age group of 55, 60 something, they will try to play a old age Bollywood song from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 60s, etc. But when they are trying to target a young age group of maybe 18, 20, 25, they will play a song which is very, very recent from the Bollywood or other aspects, so that the person who is listening to the song can relate. Thanks to the digital technologies, it is now very, very easy to get your consumers convinced and get them related based upon the age group, whatever we provide in the various tools. The various search engines understand our behavior and accordingly send the different advertisements. I will show you about the demonstration a bit later on. But in digital technology, it becomes very, very easy. In digital marketing, we precisely know that how many consumers are in the market to buy and how to target them. It's very important. It's very, very easy comparatively as compared to the earlier modes of marketing. Very, very easy to target specific consumers as well as know what are the numbers for that. How many consumers are interested for my product so that I can project my product to them. How many consumers have shown no interest on my product, so I will not promote my product to them. I will reject them. Earlier, also today, if you want to show some hoardings or something, and when you're showing a hoarding, you don't know how many persons have seen the hoarding. But if you're showing a digital advertisement, there are dashboards and tracking tools which will help you to understand that how many persons have actually seen the advertisements and how many persons are showing some interest on it. So the level of field playing, we may say that there are small and medium businesses, because it's not that all the big businesses are there in the market. So there are small and medium businesses. For them, budget is a very big constraint. Since the budget is a very big constraint for them, they can leverage the aspect of level playing field, and the digital marketing promotional expenses starts from a very low budget of around 300 to 500 rupees, and it can go up to a lot. But at least you can think of promoting your product, providing any digital advertisement from the amount of 300 to 400 or 500 rupees, which you may not dream of in case of a traditional marketing. So various small organizations and medium enterprises are in a position to use this to reach their consumers and get better results. Like traditional marketing, digital marketing does not have any entry barrier that, okay, I'm a big organization, I have a big budget, I have a big turnover, revenue, etc. I can do lot of promotions since I have a budget. But I'm a small organization, I cannot do so much. I can provide some leaflets and others, but my geographic targeting is limited. Nowadays, if you want to project your organization using the various social medias or various search engine, you can create some accounts and promote in those geographic areas. You can sit back in Kolkata or any location for that matter and promote your organization in a different geographic location. From Kolkata, sitting at home, you can create some digital products and promote that product in one of the places of Kanyakumari or Kashmir or extreme west in the Gujarat. That's very, very easily possible nowadays thanks to the digitalization, which was not there earlier. The next point is very important about the measurability. I was talking about getting an access to the data. Since you are getting an access to the data, that how many are interested, how many are showing some interest to your product, how many are showing no interest at all in your product, you can do some calculations. So you can actually go for understanding the return of investment. That means, okay, advertising in Facebook or in any social media is giving me good results, but advertising in a search engine is not giving me good results. So you will expense or you will spend more on social media and less on search engine. Earlier, it was impossible to know that which tools of promotion is giving you what proportion of consumers, walk-ins, prospects, etc. So you can easily understand the return on investment, and accordingly you can decide on the spending on the various tools. You can understand how many clicked your advertisements, how many saw your advertisement, how many have bought from you, how many have registered but have not bought from you. You get all these data. Once we buy any product using an e-commerce platform, we can keep something on the cart. The organization can understand how many persons have kept on the cart. Since they used to understand that, you will see that they try to show you various promotional advertisements. Okay, you buy it, only 2 products are left over in the stock. They try to provide or they try to create an urgency or emergency situation that, okay, you will think, oh, it will be out of stock, so let me buy. Sometimes they will provide you offers saying you that, okay, you buy this product, that will be better for you. Digital marketing is helping us to go ahead with all these things. There is an aspect of push and pull strategy. As we know in marketing, we talk about the push. That means without understanding the needs of the consumers, you're trying to promote the product. Or pull is just understanding the need of the consumer, you're trying to drag them towards you. Digital marketing is more like a pull factor and less of a push factor, because they show advertisement to those persons who are somewhat interested in your products. Maybe you may debate with me that sometimes the organizations show some advertisement to some persons to which we are not at all interested as prospects, but that is around 5 to 7% of the total ad spending and total ads, whatever various organizations are spending and doing in the digital modes. So it is more specific. Since it is more specific, getting results is much, much, much easier. It is very, very, very real time. Whatever is happening, it's real time. Create an ad, see how the ad is performing within 4 days, 5 days. See whether the consumers or the prospects are agreeing to your ad, are liking your ad or not. If they are liking your ad, whether they are responding to your ad or they are just seeing your ad and going away. Based upon these data, you can decide on how you want to promote. Maybe you need to change your advertisement. Maybe you need to change your poster, the look of the advertisement. You can also find out that at what time the persons are surfing the internet. And accordingly, during those times, the ad will be shown. You can find out the interest of the consumer, as I've seen, as I've shared in the first sentence, the interest. So this is the real-time data, more accessible, more flexible, and it's more better from that aspect. And the last point in the characteristics, we talk about the zero moment of truth. The moment of truth in the traditional marketing is the POS or the point of sale. The second moment of truth happens when consumers actually bought the product. And third, when he uses the product. But in case of digital marketing, consumers look for information or reviews in the search engine, social media, website forums before they visit the store. So they have all the information. You may debate with me that there is a difficulty that the consumers may not come to you, but at least who will come to you, they will come with an interest. You are sharing more or less the information. If you're not sharing, your partners are sharing. You don't know whoever is promoting you also. And as a result of which, the moment of truth is very much transparent between you as an organization and your prospects. Earlier, the consumers do not have access to get all these informations. So nowadays, thanks to the digital and digitalization and digital transformation of the business area, the promotional aspects becomes much easier and you are reaching the consumers at each and every moment. You are trying to provide information, reviews, feedback, etc., which actually influence the consumer to buy a product. So if we talk about the origin of the digital marketing, just a rough idea. In 1994, we have started the first banner ad, 1994. Yahoo came in 1996, Google came in 2000, LinkedIn came in 2002, then Facebook 2004, Twitter, now X 2006, and 2000 to 2010, that decade is a decade of social media. Although in Indian context, 2007, 8, something like that, smartphone came slowly, but the penetration have happened post 2010. So we are getting more smartphone aspects in the aspect of post 2010. These smartphones happens post 2010. So after this, the smartphone penetration have happened, internet penetration have happened. Likewise, 1990s was an age of display marketing. Organizations were displaying information, not interactive marketing, as I was talking about in the last slide. It's not a two-way flow of communication. It's not an interactive marketing. And since 2000, when the search engine came, Yahoo came, and then Google Rediff was there, and then Google, Bing, and all these are there. You're providing ads in that. So since 2000, we are in the age of search advertising and the social media advertising. So we are using the digital modes for promoting our product. So in this lecture, we talked about the foundation of digital marketing, a quick a summary of whatever we have discussed. We have also discussed how digital marketing is helping the organization to have a good market presence. We have also seen that how digital marketing is helping the organizations to reach the consumers whenever they are having an access to the information. The growth of internet, the penetration of internet, the availability of the smartphones also is a very important infrastructural requirement for making any digital marketing more acceptable in the market. We have seen the various criteria and the characteristics, and we have seen that digital marketing or creating digital marketing promotions is much, much, much easier as compared to creating a traditional promotion. You being an organization can access the analytics and can decide that, okay, if this tool is not giving me good results, I can shift to some other tools. So it's more tracking. You can start your advertisement from a minimum budget of 300 to 500 rupees, very, very less. And you can go on in the budget, increase the budget as per the requirement. It was not probably possible with respect to the traditional medias in that way. So this is a brief summary of the foundation and what digital marketing is. In our next lecture, we will talk about the further aspects of digital marketing and its omnipresence in today's age. Thank you so much for being with me.